Good morning, students. Today I am here to explain Social Study of Class 5th, Lesson 6, the Indian Constitution. Now, students, what is Constitution? The Constitution is a set of principles or guidelines by which a country or a state is governed. It is the book of rules which helps how a country should be governed. For example, as you play many games like cricket, football, and now each of the games have a particular rules which each and every member have to follow, so that particular game can be played fairly, same as each country have some set guidelines, some rules which that country follow to govern it. So that particular set of rules, principles or guideline is called constitution. It was drafted means to select a person or a group of person and bring them somewhere for a certain purpose. It is this constitution is drafted by or bring by the constitute assembly. Assembly means a group of people is formed. Altogether, 389 members took 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days to frame the whole constitution of India. The, the Constituent Assembly, a group of people. A Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar. He was independent India's first law and justice minister, also known as the father of the nation. The Constitution of India is one of the longest written constitution in the world. It was handwritten and calligraphed both in English and Hindi. The original copy is kept safely inside helium-filled case in the library of the Parliament House. These laws are superior to all the laws of the country. That is, the laws written in the Constitution act as the source according to which rules and regulations of governing a country are framed. Every law intact means put into practice by the government has to be in conformity. Conformity means compliance with standard rules or laws with the Constitution. However, the Constitution grows and evolves. Evolves means to develop gradually, constantly across to the needs, requirement and aspiration, hope of the people and functioning institution. Need for a constitution. A constitution is needed for the following reasons. In a democratic government, the citizen participate in the functioning of the government directly or indirectly. We are participating directly or indirectly in our government plans. It is the constitution in which the government's powers, the citizen and citizens' rule rights are clearly defined or clearly written. It prevents the government from misusing its rights. Thus, it safeguards the rights of the citizens. If they are not misusing their rights, so we also safe. A constitution is a living document. This means that it constantly grows and evolves around according to the needs of the people of the country. Every constitution represents the ideas, values, and vision of its founding fathers. It mirrors the social, political, and economic aspect and aspiration of the people. In a democratic democracy, In a democracy, we choose our leaders so that they can exercise their power, responsibility on our behalf. We choose our leader, we choose our ministers, prime ministers to exercise their power responsibly on our behalf. Our constitution guarantees the right to equality to all persons. According to it, no citizen can be discriminate. Discriminate means the unjust treatment, treated equally on the grounds of caste, religion, race, gender, and place of birth. The right of equality is one of the fundamental rights mentioned in our constitution. Our constitution maintains a logical balance between the rights of the individual on one hand and the interest of society on other hand. Our constitution is a unique example of flexibility, dynamism, able means able to easily modify and continuous growth. Our constitution has maintained a rational and constitutional balance among all the three organs of the government. The executive is the executive branch of government responsible for carrying out or executing the laws. The legislative and the judiciary. Silent features of Indian constitution. First, preamble. The preamble, our constitution starts with a preamble. A preamble means an introduction in which the purpose of the constitution is given. It contains the ideas and basic principles of the Indian constitution. It is the soul of the entire constitution. Second, a detailed written constitution. Our constitution is the lengthiest constitution of the world. No other constitution has gone into such minute detail as the Indian Constitution. Originally, it was divided into 22 parts, 395 articles, and 8 schedules. Student, as you know that books have many chapters, each chapter have some topics, so on. Same here, book of constitution, it is divided into different parts and each parts have some articles and schedules. As a result of various amendments means change over time, at present our constitution contains 448 articles with 25 parts and 12 schedules. Our constitution maker did not want any portion of the constitution to be vague or unclear. There have been as many as 94 constitution amendments. Third is our Soviet Democratic Republic. India has a democracy. People of India elect their governments at all the levels by the method of universal adult franchise. This method ensures right to vote to all citizens without any discrimination. India is also a republic. This means that the head of the nation, example the president, is elected by representatives of the people. Our president is not a ruler like the British monarch. Fourth, a society, a socialist and secular state. The preamble declares that India is a socialist and secular state. Democracy with universal adult franchise ensures political equality to its citizens. It prevents social inequality or discrimination. Discrimination, you know, unjust treatment, unfair treatment on the basis of caste, creed, color, sex, or education. It also has provisions to bridge the gap of economic inequality between people. India is a secular state. This means that all citizens, irrespective of their religious belief and equal before the law of the land. In other words, the government cannot frame such policies that discriminate between various religion religious communities of India. Means we have in India there is many types of religion, and they are all equal before law of the land. Fifth is single citizenship. The founding fathers of the constitution providing for one's single citizenship, who all citizens are entitled to same rights all over the country. Now come to sixth point, independent judiciary. The Constitution of India establishes an independent and integrated judiciary. Seventh, parliamentary system. The Constitution of India has adopted the parliamentary system. The President is the constitutional head of the state. He acts only with the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. The ministers are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Eighth point, fundamental rights. Our constitution guarantees certain basic rights to every citizen to India that are called fundamental rights. These rights protect citizens against the arbitrary, not seeming means arbitrary means not seeming to based on any reason or plans, and sometimes seeming unfair. An absolute exercise of power by the government, an unfair power, an unfair law by the government. Our constitution has guaranteed six fundamental rights that are as follows: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. Ninth, fundamental duties. The fundamental duties have been added to the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment. This part of the Constitution lays down a code of 11 fundamental duties for all the citizens of India. The, the citizen of India should perform their fundamental duties seriously and sincerely rather than half-heartedly. Half-heartedly means without energy. 10th, directive principles. Our constitution gives some directives to the government to improve the condition of the people. These principles help the governments to make social and economic reforms in the country. According to Justice K.S. Hegde, the purpose of the directive principles is to fix certain social and economic goals for immediate attainment by bringing about non-violent social revolution. Importance of a constitution. A constitution signifies independence. It establishes the main organs of the government, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The constitution of our country defines the powers and responsibilities of each organ of the government. It regulates the relationship between the three organs and also with the people. Three organs: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. It also enumerates to mention one by one our rights and duties as citizen. It contains our national goals such as democracy, secularism, and socialism. To achieve these goals, it involves various plans for implementation by the government. India Constitution lays down the basic structure of the government under which its people are to be governed. It limits the power of government and establishes a system of checks and balances. In this way, our constitution is very important to us. It is our foremost duty to respect our constitution. So students, I hope all of you understand the lesson. Thank you, stay safe and keep learning.